Oh, hi there! It's been a while, welcome back! As you can see, a lot of stuff has changed. Let me give you the tour. I'll give you the tour, and I swear to God, this is not starting to sound like flexing, alright? We got a brand new shelf set up for the game consoles, a brand new shelf, and we also moved around the desk that you saw back in the first step, and it's starting to sound like flexing. Damn it! Last time, we talked about Sonic Riders, and here's what I thought about it. Now that that's over, we can move on to another game. And instead of talking about anthropomorphic animals that can do extreme sports, we're going to be reviewing the Splatoon series, which is about anthropomorphic animals doing extreme sport. Fuck. Splatoon, what can you say about the series? It's about fucking squids. When I first saw the trailers in 2014, I thought the series would not do good, but oh boy, was I ever wrong. Then, in 2016, I asked for the game for my birthday. Keep in mind, this is like before I knew the Wii U was, well, the Wii U. But the opinions of my younger self do not matter. Little shit. So, let's open up Splatoon 1 and see what we have to look forward to. Here we have our character creation, in which we can choose our squid's skin and eye color, and gender, because those are the three important things God cares about. The tutorial loads up, and we have to deal with motion control. What the hell, Big N? I know motion controls are like your thing, but come on, this is Call of Duty for 10-year-olds. What the hell? Doesn't matter, this tutorial is great, as it teaches you how to shoot ink and how to take advantage of your squid form. Despite the motion controls, I'm still bitchy about that. After that, we're taken to Inkopolis Plaza, which is the game's hub world, and here you can do what most hub worlds were made for, except you do it by yourself. Look, I really do enjoy this hub, but the fact it's not an online server is really disappointing. Looking at games like Xenoverse 2, where you have both an online and offline hub world, kinda makes Splatoon's hub world look embarrassing. I mean, in an online hub world, it would have been easy to meet up with your friends, and hell, taking another note from Xenoverse, the ability to form a team in the hub world before you go into a match. Like, it works so well if you think about it, but sadly it's just an offline server. God, I'm getting good at adding extra dialogue. I deserve a medal. Now before we get into this dead wasteland filled with squids you wish were real people, we have to listen to these two squids called Callie and Marie. I'm sure everyone knows who they are, especially if you're a DeviantArtist. They mostly exist in the game to give you info on the stages that are available, but you can't skip it, so every time you start up the game, you gotta listen to these two guys. I said guys. So you may not be asking, how the hell do you play? Simple. You have a gun. That's it. In the common game mode Turf Wars, your goal is to spread your ink everywhere, on the floors, the walls, the corners, even your dog. But you can also cover your own enemy's ink as well, and your goal is to basically spread it everywhere and make sure you win before time runs out. You can even kill your enemies by covering them enough in ink until they blow up. Sounds fun, right? Well, except the part that squids' ink is technically their bodily fluids coming out, so the fact you cover people is kind of weird, because it sounds like covering them in semen. Hang on, give me a quick second. Oh god. Nintendo, what have you done? Much like any other first-person shooter, there exists a ranked mode, but instead it's diverse into a different game mode depending on whatever the game felt like that day. But you may be not asking, what other game modes are there? You got Tower Control, which basically you move this slow-ass tower to the other side and it almost feels like every other shooting game. I'm looking at you, TF2. Splat Zones is basically Hardpoint from COD, but instead of a person, you use your team's bodily fluids. Rated E, guys. Rainmaker. This is similar to Tower Control, but instead you're carrying a giant weapon that makes you slow as hell and easy for enemies to find you, but instead you get a one-hit charge-up attack. Not a bad collection of ranked game modes, and waiting for the game to start isn't as bad as you think. Here we have this little NES-style minigame to pass the time. There is also a private mode you can play with friends, but I didn't have help to record the footage, so here's the menu. Why the fuck is there 10 slots? The last thing to talk about is the story mode, and I think it's great how every level in the game is connected. And the level design is great as it teaches you how to use certain mechanics. Hell, even the enemies and the bosses are cool as well. Again, the only small problem I have with it is that most of the levels take place in this large area where there's just nothing but a void below you. The rest of the levels take place on the online maps. You can say that's lazy, but I think it makes sense since your goal is to stop the Octolings from taking over Angopolis. So it makes sense to fight them on online maps. But this level, which is basically the tutorial level, is a good example of making an original map without a void or the online maps. You can also find pages for a history book that shows the world of Splatoon's history. So let's open up a page and learn about the history of Splatoon.
There's a reason why I kept this. But yeah, that's Splatoon on the Wii U. Clearly this game is definitive, and I'm holding it upside down. Nintendo really did their best and hit it out of the park the first time they made this game. I mean, the game does have a few flaws, but other than that, it's perfect. But due to the Wii U's sales, the game only managed to sell at least 4.95 copies. In the million term, I do not mean they only sold 5. But 3 months into the Switch's life, we got Splatoon 2. The question will remain, is this will be a better version of Splatoon 1? Why did I go serious there? Like, what the fuck?
Okay, so unlike the Wii U, I actually have my save file here, so thank God for older me.
I put that together and, yeah, put it together on my phone pretty much. Now this guy gets it.
Now the big question remains, is Splatoon 2 a more improved version of Splatoon 1? Yes, what the fuck were you expecting? Okay, so before we go over the new stuff, let's talk about the changes with the hub and the online crap. We got 2 new Squid Stars, Pearl and Maria. Yes, I made a pun. Shoot me. So the hub's a little different. I mean, we still have the same shops, but we got new owners with them. The amiibo function is still here. We've got a brand new food truck. Hell, there's even another cat. And heck, Miiverse still lives on in this game. Some of these posts were actually cool to look at. Now, give me a second.
Going on my mind with this paranoia. I try to justify, but I can't escape the truth, even though I'm trying. You do your part and lie to me.
Ah, yes. I've created a work of art. So what's new in Splatoon's combat? Looking at the box art, we got 2 guns. Get it? Because 2 guns. Splatoon 2. And now, as much as I would like to talk about the weapons, I don't have that much experience with Splatoon 2's weapons, so here's a video on how to use each weapon by each company by Wasman. Moving on, since we're dealing with one screen, that means the map and the warp jumps have to be changed to a quick menu on the screen.
Okay.
And weapons like the Ink Strike were sadly removed because of that.
Oh, okay.
And also, that means the NES-styled Squid Jump is gone.
God damn it!
And as for story mode, the levels, some of them take place up high, and some of them take place above water, with some new stuff added. But the world hub is now reduced to just a loading screen. And there's a paid DLC story with a chance to play as an Octoling, aka the enemy of Splatoon 1.
That's every game!
But my most favorite thing of this game is the Salmon Run, which is what if we took COD Zombie mode, but replaced it with... So in this game mode, you work for a company called Grizzco, and your goal is to collect all these little tadpole eggs from these boss guys and put them in this basket here, and make sure you fill up a quota. And it's like that for 3 rounds, and every time you get a different weapon, depending on what the game felt like that day. Plus there's a chance for special events to happen, such as... But yeah, to me, this is like the only reason I come back to Splatoon 2, mostly because of this mode, but only when I'm bored.
So, in conclusion, the Splatoon series isn't that bad. I mean, hell, the game is still doing well to this day. I mean, Nintendo is, like, hosting tournaments for the second game at least. And I can't even play the ranked mode without dying 50 times, so that just shows that the series is still doing well, especially since we have the 3rd game coming out soon. But, to be honest, the first game obviously did have a rough start, but it wasn't because the game itself was bad, it was more so because the Wii U was, well, the Wii U.
Thank you so much for watching this video, everyone. And it's finally great to have this video finished after 2 months and a half. Yes, that's how long this video took me to make. But yeah, depending on how well this video does, I might even work faster to get the next review out. But yeah, it was fun to make a 10-minute video. Jesus Christ, and I've had like almost half an hour of recordings from both like the voice recordings and the audio recordings. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy the video, and if you want to see some behind the scenes stuff, check out the bottom right video, as it will show you on the second channel where I keep stuff like behind the scenes or some other stuff from like streams and things. Anyways, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.